Hello, San Jacinto families. My name is Scott Hendricks. I'm a special agent for the FBI. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to read a little bit with you today. I'm reading chapter 16 of Bat and the Waiting Game. The chapter is titled Sleepover. Do you think there's time to bake cookies before they get there? Janie asked Mom. She had been working all day on getting ready for her big sleepover party. 3 friends from her school musical were going to arrive any minute, and Bat had been watching her flurry of preparation with curiosity and maybe just a touch of jealousy. You already made brownies and ordered pizzas and had Mom take you to the store for 3 different kinds of juice, Bat said, thinking that with 3 different kinds of juice, Janie shouldn't be so selfish about not letting him open even one until the guests arrived. I know, Jenny said, twirling her hair up into a bun, but I can't remember if Karina said she doesn't like brownies or cookies. I thought it was cookies she doesn't like, so I made brownies, but now I think I might be remembering wrong. I like brownies, Bat said, and I also like cookies. I know, Bat, Janie said, rolling her eyes. Bat hated when Janie rolled her eyes at him. It was rude. He was about to tell her so when the doorbell rang. "They're here," Janie yelped, and she ran out of the kitchen. Soon the house was brimming with noise. Janie and her friends seemed to have forgotten the whole concept of inside voices. Bat peeked through the kitchen door. One of Janie's friends saw him and waved. Bat waved back, then headed down the hall towards his room. "Janie," he heard a girl's voice ask, "didn't you tell me your brother is autistic?" "Uh-huh," said Janie. "So is my cousin," the girl answered. Bat went into his room and closed the door firmly behind him, but he could still hear the girls, only slightly muffled. Bat sighed and flopped down into his beanbag. He wasn't sure what name to give the emotion he was feeling. His eyes darted around the room as he looked for something to do. Even his animal encyclopedia, which usually made him feel perfectly content, didn't seem appealing. And Thor must have been deep into his afternoon nap because Bat couldn't hear him stirring in his enclosure. Now that Thor was less of a baby and more of a toddler, Bat liked to think of his enclosure as a playpen. In one back corner was the kitty transport box that made sort of a cave for Thor to sleep in. In the other back corner, newspapers acted as a bathroom for the kid, who was quickly learning the right place to go. Up toward the gate at the front was Thor's food dish, which Bat filled 4 times a day, and a water dish, which he changed and refilled every morning and night. Hanging from the gate was Thor's sling, which he used to disappear into, but which was getting a little tight. Mom knocked on Bat's door. He knew it was her because she always knocked in a little pattern. Knock, knock, pause, knock. "Come in," he said. Mom opened the door, and the girl's voice got a little louder. She came into the room and shut the door again. "Those girls really know how to party," she said with a smile. Bat shrugged. "I guess," he said. Mom sat on the edge of the bed. "How's Thor?" "He's taking his nap," Bat sighed, and for no reason, his eyes were filled with tears. "Oh, little Bat," said Mom. She stroked his hair. "Are you feeling lonely?" Bat shrugged. "Maybe," he said. Mom pet Bat's hair in long, slow strokes. It felt nice. "Hey," she said, "I have an idea." "What?" said Bat. "Do you want to call Israel and see if he'd like to come over for a sleepover? We could break out your trundle bed," Mom said. Bat had had a trundle bed as long as he could remember, but the only person who ever slept on it was Janie when they were younger, and he could sometimes talk her into sleeping in his room. "Do you you think he'd want to? Bat asked. Only one way to find out, Mom said. It turned out that Israel did want to come for a sleepover. Sometimes life meant lots of waiting and not knowing, but this time, everything happened fast. Israel answered the phone on the second ring, and he said yes, as soon as Bat asked him if he wanted to come over. And then Bat's mom talked to Israel's mom, and within a half an hour, it was Bat's turn to open the door when the doorbell rang. And it was his friend standing on the front porch, holding a pillow and a knapsack. Hi, said Bat. Do you like brownies? They're my favorite, Israel said with a grin. And then he came inside. That's the end of chapter 16. My question for you today is, we all feel lonely at times. Can you think of any ideas or any things that you can do when you feel lonely to help make you feel better?